Good afternoon. My name is Jim Conlan, and welcome to the latest edition of the RCB Radio Entertainment Show, where we look at upcoming TV series and movies debuting in Ireland this upcoming month, and even on to the following month. It's December time. It's nearly the new year. It's nearly into dare I say, the fall, not the fall, but early sort of springtime is around the corner. And with springtime around the corner, it usually leads to the new seasons coming on abroad. And no doubt on Sky Witness, they have a new season of the iconic TV detective sort of psychological sort of crime court orientated thriller, a magma of words to say, Bull. And I'm delighted to be joined by one of the stars of the show. She plays the character Danny James, the one and only Jaime Lee Kirchner. Jamie, I sort of struggle with the surname, so Jaime Lee, I say we'll go with that for the remaining of the 15 minutes. But Jamie, Bull, it's been on now since 2016 on our cable TV all across the world, not only in the United States, but globally as well, from Asia to South America to mainland Europe and even here in Ireland. And you've 6 seasons done so far. You're in the 6th season in the United States. The 5th season is airing here on Sky Witness. And just your thoughts on it so far. It's been a roller coaster ride, and when you started you would get so many seasons, and that you'd be here on this journey, maybe dare I say 6 years later.
Oh my gosh, my marriage didn't even last this long. No, I'm kidding. No, it's as an actor, as a performer, having this kind of longevity in a cable network world is just a dream come true. I still cannot believe it has been 6 years. I just recently turned 40 years old. I started when I was, 34, turning 35. So some milestones have happened whilst recording the show, and watching it evolve has been just incredible. Just to work with my fellow actors and, get to be in the shoes of Danny James for this long as an actor. It's just extraordinary. It's exciting. It's new. And coming up here in season 5, we had the ridiculously unnerving challenge of filming what is the world of COVID, not only, in the world of Bull, but as people. So you're wearing the masks in life, but you're also wearing it within the world of the show. So that was challenging and interesting, and a lot of eye and eyebrow acting. But I think we pulled it off. There's still, Bull still has his twinkle despite the masks. But there's going to be some interesting changes, especially toward the end of the season, that I think the viewers will be intrigued by. A lot more emotionality, more tension in the characters. My personal character gets, you get to see a little bit of her backstory with a family member. So I get to be a little more emotional and less stoic, I guess. So I'm looking forward to you guys seeing that.
And I suppose, Jamie, 112 episodes, and just take you back to the right start in terms of casting. I do believe that Phil McCaw was involved in the casting of the show. And is that sort of true story? Did you have to audition in front of Dr. Phil, or did you ever meet him?
I did. I didn't personally audition in front of him, but he did give me quite a compliment. I think I was one of the last roles cast. And for me, what we call pilot season, when you're auditioning, for all the new shows, it was the last thing I auditioned for after auditioning for lots of stuff. This was my last audition, and I booked it. And he said, he's got his southern accent, Jamie. We just knew you were the one. So that felt good, getting the salute from Dr. Phil, because this is, it's inspired by his life as a trial scientist before, we know him as Dr. Phil of Oprah and his own show. So it was nice to hear coming from him, that whatever I was offering in the audition was authentic to the types of investigators that he worked with in the actual world of his trial science experience. So I felt confident. I still feel confident.
And Jamie, in terms of, you play the character Danny, a sort of former NYPD detective, tough but reliable investigator. Do you start to feel that you sometimes are the go-between between that good cop, bad cop sort of routine?
I definitely feel personally I'm one that asks for forgiveness rather than permission. And I'm
Okay.
very intuitive as a person. Jamie is sensitive, sensorial. I use my intuition a lot, and I like to think I bring that as much as I can to the role. And I think you might see it a little bit more in season 6. You get to see Danny more physicalized in her approach to getting her information. I think I'm a little more fun than Danny gets to be as Jamie, and I'm a visual artist, so I'm a little more artsy fartsy. Danny's a little cooler than me. I wish I was as cool as she is sometimes, but it's a good mix.
And I suppose, Jamie, in terms of working alongside Michael Weatherly, obviously, he's known for being involved in forensic detective shows in the past as well. And obviously, he's center stage now as Dr. sort of Jason Bull. And how do you feel that do you feel he's sort of reveling in that role and each as the seasons go on? And do you feel he's coming more into his own? And are we learning more and more about the character Jason Bull? Is he constantly evolving?
I think it's interesting to watch someone as talented as Michael and as vivacious. And I know on NCIS, his character got to be a little more feisty and spunky. And in this role, he's a little more dialed in, more focused, more subtle, I guess you would say. So to know how much talent this man has and to watch him zero in and focus has been such a treat as an actor to watch him keep all of that in. It's like watching what's his name? Oh my God, Robin Williams in Good Will Hunting. You can't imagine, like, where does he put all that energy? So to watch Michael have to put all of that energy that he has to be more comedic or more, stealing the scene in a comedic, zesty way, to put it in this focused, I don't know, older, wiser kind of role, it's just fascinating because I just admire him so much as a performer and as a person. And I think the way that the show unfolds allows the audience to get a little bit more of an insight into where he's coming from as a character and as an actor as well. And he's also gotten to direct a few of the episodes, which has been wildly exciting because he's a really fantastic director and he really trusts us actors to play. So he's fantastic. I just adore him.
And I suppose, Jamie, in terms of Bull so far, obviously we know sometimes in terms of TV sort of series that it's numbers driven and orientated in terms of getting the nod that you're coming back for another season in terms of renewals and sort of stuff. In terms of Bull, was it season by season, or after the first season where you sort of told, right, you're going to be guaranteed another sort of 2 or 3 seasons once you've reached the sort of quota after season 1?
I mean, all of that stuff is a little bit over my head.
Okay.
I've been an actress since I was 8 years old, and I've always felt it was a moment by moment experience. Even this show, as we've gotten, year after year renewed, it's still honestly been a surprise. And as we're shooting the 6th season, it's still, I can't believe, we're on 6 seasons. And I really don't know what's going to happen. And I actually haven't felt a guarantee at all that, the next season would come to us. So it's all been very in the moment and a blessing and a lot of work, a lot of changes. And you just never know what's going to happen. I think that's partly why I do still enjoy being an actor, that you just never know. You just never know what's coming.
And Jamie, what's the working week on set of Bull like? From the time you go in, say, of a Monday morning, say for a table read, in terms of the final sort of shoot in per episode, are you talking 6 to 7 day take in terms of shooting per episode, in terms of studio, in terms of block sort of shooting, or how does the working week evolve in Bull?
I myself have gotten the benefit of not having to come in every single day. So I feel sort of blessed to get breaks to learn my lines and just, recharge as a person. But like with Michael, obviously, or Freddie in season 5, they're in pretty much almost every day. And I know it's a grind. And with the former showrunner, Glenn Gordon Caron, he would be very meticulous, let's say, in working on the script. So we would get scripts very, very, very late, or what we call pages or scene sides. And sometimes you'd memorize them the night before and then have a whole day, 10 hours of 14 hours of shooting, whatever the day is. So for these 5 years, I guess the first 5 years, it's been pretty on the edge of your seat in terms of getting the lines and kind of being in the moment with what you're going to shoot. Sometimes you don't really know what you're going to shoot until 2 days before you're shooting it. And it could be a big courtroom scene, or it could be like with me, a lot of times I'm outside of the set and I'm interviewing guest actors kind of on the street. So there's just a lot you'd never really know about until you're standing there going, oh, this is how we're doing it. So that keeps me on my toes.
And Jamie, in terms of your own outside of Bull, what's it like in terms of the upcoming year for you, in terms of projects, in terms of shows, in terms of movies in the pipeline? Is there going to be a lot more that our viewers here in Ireland and the UK, as the saying goes, across the pond, are going to see Jaime Kirchner on our TV screens and on our movie screens in the near future?
Well, I honestly have no idea. Honestly, being on a show for 6 years, you don't really, for me anyway, you don't have much time to audition for other things, but I have had a lot of time to watch a lot of great things. I'm a huge fan of Outlander, and a lot of the more obscure shows. So I've definitely gotten to reflect on what I would like to participate in, or the content I would like to. But like I said, I'm a visual artist. So my deep desire is to be more in the visual art world. That would be something I would like to spend more time on in the future. I think almost more than anything, TV, film, it would be just to be an artist.
And I suppose, Jamie, I'll turn it over to your character, Danny James, for the final 30 seconds, and she might enlighten all our audience here in Ireland why they should tune in en masse on January the 5th on channel Sky Witness to watch season 5 in Bull, and what's in store for them. Over to you, Danny.
Oh my gosh, you guys can't miss it. It's a fully packed season of sometimes masked Bull, masked Benny, masked Danny, masked Chunk, and then not masked. So it'll just be an interesting experience seeing the world of COVID in Bull, and how we continue to give you guys exciting cases and all the drama that you're used to in the past 4 seasons. It's coming at you hot in season 5.
And no doubt it is indeed, Jaime Lee Kirchner. And no doubt this time next year, hopefully we'll be coming back, not to talk to you about season 6, but please God, hopefully another season 7 in terms of Bull. But for the moment, thanks for sharing your time this evening, telling us about your character, Danny James, in the iconic TV series Bull, the courtroom sort of detective drama show. Danny James plays a former NYPD detective, a tough but reliable investigator. Do check her out on January the 5th on Sky Witness. And for the moment, Jaime Lee Kirchner, good night from here in Ireland. I suppose good day over in the United States, and God bless.
Oh, thank you so much. Appreciate you. See you guys.
Take care.
Bye.